Well, this afternoon I had to take a whole bunch of stuff out here to shoot some videos, and my preferred way to carry that isn't a backpack, it's a Tumpline. I've talked about Tumplines before, but well, I haven't shown you how to pack one up, so we're going to have a look at that now. Out here behind me I've got my buckskin tent, and right over here I have a whole pile of buckskin clothes that all in all put together weighs about 40 pounds. So we're going to put this into a bundle that I can pack into a kayak and carry up a hill when we get to the end of the day. Now, the Tumpline has a lot of advantages. The line itself is usable as binding, as a ridge line for your tent or whatever else you need when it's not in use. Makes a very handy tool for collecting and carrying large quantities of firewood back to camp. Now, the tent in this case is sort of the body of the backpack. We're going to be putting everything into this. Now, to start, what I like to do, because my tent has sort of a extra peak here, I leave this down at the bottom like this, and I'll put all of this small stuff that I want really tightly contained in the bottom here. Now, you'll notice I've got this folded over. This is 1/3, and that's another third, and that's important to how this is going to go together. Now, what I'm going to do on the bottom here is take the Tumpline and find the ends. Like so. And I'm going to have them crossed over. So each end is to its opposite side. And I'm going to take the peak of the tent here and fold it over. Now that's going to become the middle of the roll, and all of my belts and ties, my extra cordage stuff here is going to be in the center where the roll is the tightest. Now, just up from those, because it'll keep them dry and because they're small, I'm going to have my moccasins. And we're going to arrange them so the roll is going like going this way, so we want to arrange them crosswise so they don't get bent as they're rolled up. Next up, we're gonna start adding in the clothing like so, and the way I layer the clothing in here is just the same way I layered the moccasins. It's going to be rolled across. It matters a lot less for most of the clothes than it does for something like a pair of shoes. Ideally, I want this to be reasonably evenly distributed. Now, of course, I can add in things that I want that aren't clothing, things that I want to keep dry, things I want to keep protected. Typically, I wouldn't put anything in here that I want access to throughout the day. This would be stuff that I'd want to use at camp. So things like my atlatl or my little stone knife, that sort of thing, those are going to stay on my belt or on the outside of the pack where I have quick access to them, or in another pack like a haversack or a possibles pack. Now, shake out all the sand. Right. Now, once this is rolled up, I'm going to take the flap here. Now, once this is loaded up, rather, I'm going to make sure I've got all of my bits and bobbles and pieces. And I'm going to take that and fold it over like so. Now, if I was packing this to go on a long hike, or actually on a camp, and I had, instead of just a bunch of extra clothes, I had equipment, gear, materials, food, anything like that, I would actually fold this up so that the outer third on each side covers the blanket, the contents, and actually contains it completely, envelops it on both sides. Now here, I kind of want the clothes to have space to stick out because they're a little oversized and overpacked for what I've got. So I'm only doing 1/3. Now that 1/3 that's folded over the clothes will be the bottom of the pack. When I pick it up, that's going to face down, so nothing will risk falling out. It should be tight enough that nothing's going to fall out anyway, but it's just an extra little bit of security. Same with the tab on the bottom that I folded over. That really holds everything on that end of things in place. And now I'm going to roll the Tumpline up. Now to roll this up, we've got the ends of the line on each side, and I have just a little bit sticking out. If I pull it all the way through real quick, the strap will catch on the back of my feet, and the ends of the lines will get tangled, and it's kind of a pain. So you only want maybe a foot on each side. Now as I'm rolling this, you'll see I brush off the dust, the dirt, sand, and debris. It's because I don't want that stuff rolled up in my Tumpline. I suppose you don't have to, but then all your stuff gets dirty. Well, dirtier than it has to if you're sleeping out on the ground. It's also good practice to make sure that you're not rolling up things like ticks or thorns or maybe ants or wasps, anything like that, into your Tumpline as you roll. The cleaner you can keep your stuff and yourself, the healthier you're going to be. Sometimes a little bit of sand in your clothes can just really bug you. So now once we've got the roll all the way to its end like so, I want to make sure we don't have any loose bits sticking out. I'm going to take that edge and fold it over like that. Same reason as we folded the back edge over. Now that end, because it's so short here, and because it's so short here, it unwraps, untwists really easily from the rest of the line. Now to tie this, I'm going to pull the strap here, put it up next to the roll in the back so that it doesn't trap me, and I'm going to pull each side all the way through. And if you've got it rolled tight, sometimes that can be a little challenging, but usually slides through pretty easily. Now the strap is going to sit kind of tightly at first. That's okay. You want it to be tighter than you're going to need it when you use it. You can always loosen it back up a little bit. I'm going to take this length here, grab about a foot in, and I'm going to wrap it around the same direction as I was rolling. So it's going to pull that tighter as I adjust it, instead of trying to open up the bundle. Go under your strap, because it's really frustrating when you tie your strap to your Tumpline. And I want to pull that through and cinch it tight, and then let that sit there. And we do the same thing on the other side. Come in about the same distance, wrap around under your strap, and through like so. Give that a pull and cinch it tight. Now we've got enough extra slack, enough extra length here. We're gonna pull those against each other, cinch them good and tight, put this up on end. Again, brush all that sand and stuff off, and then give that bird's very mad at me. I'm going to pull that tight, give it a good solid knot. I just do a single looped sort of double half hitch. Think like you tie your shoes, but just a single loop. Now when I pick this up, because those lines are passed through to the opposite side, it pulls against itself. So when I pick this up like so, it cinches itself tighter, and the strap has enough slack to wear properly. And I am now ready to go. I can portage a kayak and pack this in the back of the boat, all the same as a backpack, but with a little bit more utility.